Here we're looking at a hyperopic ortho K case, and if I understand the case correctly, we're looking at baseline topography here, where the corneas are fairly steep, a little bit unusual for someone who we want to mold 3 diopters steeper, but as long as the patient's expectations are set correctly, I think we can do that. The total power is 3 because we're fitting this as a reading eye for monovision and a prescription of plus 75 with a 2 1/4 add. So the total power seems like it's okay. We don't have very much clearance, and so just about everything is 20 microns or less, so we're not going to see too much behind the slit lamp, since 20 microns is usually what's barely detectable, at least visually. The case also indicates that although the corneas are pretty steep to begin with, we are at a minus 250 post-square refraction, meaning the patient's about 2.5 diopter myope now in the treated eye, which is really fantastic. We're just about at target. I hope that's what you intended to write, that the minus 250 is not an over-refraction. We do expect a minus over-refraction with this lens, but the case data that was submitted says it was a post-square refraction. So if that's really the case, then you're really on your way to a really successful case. I'm a little bit surprised that we got that much molding with this type of lens, but if it works, it works, and we're surely not going to complain about that. If all we have left to do is bring in another half diopter of myopia, then we can just increase our topo demand here and probably aim for a new power of about minus 286. And just click down here. And it looks like that's the closest. A couple other things I would recommend are to, we have a pretty hefty lens here, and for overnight wear, I would go with a Boston XO material so that we just get a little bit more permeability. Also, let's go to the front surface and bring this zone down as much as we can. That will thin out the lens. We lost about 1/10 of a diopter or a millimeter there. And 33 is not too bad. If we really wanted to make it a little bit thinner, we could even go into the over refraction and perhaps put in a minus 2 1/4 over refraction. This won't thin the lens as much as we did earlier, but it does get the lens a little bit thinner, and that might be a little bit healthier for the cornea. So hopefully that helps in terms of getting your patient to seeing a little bit better up close with this treated eye. Thanks for watching.